Have you ever noticed how some people just seem to belong, even before they've done anything to prove it? They don't brag, they don't beg, they don't chase. They embody success before it shows up. What if I told you you could do the same? Welcome back to the channel. Today's video is about the mental shift that changes everything. Not years from now, but starting today. It's the mindset of future you, the version of you who's already made it, already calm, already collected, already powerful. And how you can step into that version right now. Let's explore what it means to act as if you've already made it, not as a performance, but as a way of living with purpose, confidence, and stoic presence. Think of the person in the room who says the least, but somehow shifts the entire energy. They don't have to convince anyone they're important. Their very presence does the talking. True success doesn't scream, it doesn't posture or beg for attention. It radiates from a quiet place, a place of certainty. When you act like you've already made it, your silence becomes louder than noise. You stop needing to prove yourself, because your behavior, your posture, your stillness already declares, I know who I am. I don't need to shout about it. This is where authority begins, not in talking big, but in being grounded. Imagine trying to change your life without changing how you see yourself. It's like repainting a sinking ship. If deep down you still see yourself as the underdog, the outsider, the not quite enough version, you will unconsciously sabotage every win that comes your way. Identity is the foundation. Every decision, every boundary, every risk you take flows from who you believe you are. So instead of constantly asking, what should I do? Ask, who am I becoming? Then act accordingly. The Stoics reminded us, character is destiny, and character begins in how we name ourselves, in silence, before the world ever hears it. Most people wait to feel ready before they take action, but readiness is not a feeling, it's a decision. You won't feel like a confident leader until you start leading. You won't feel wealthy until you start making wealthy decisions, intentional, structured, and long-term. It's the action that teaches the mind, not the other way around. Want to become something? Start behaving like it now. Don't wait for the title. Don't wait for the paycheck, or the audience, or the invitation. Walk like you're already there, and your feet will lead you to the door. We've been trained to wait, to be called on, chosen, approved. But the hard truth is, the longer you wait, the quieter you become. If you keep looking outside yourself for permission, you'll eventually forget how to listen to your own voice. Acting as if you've made it means you choose yourself. You open the door before anyone knocks. The Stoic path is not reactive, it's intentional. You don't wait to be crowned. You act with dignity whether or not the crown ever comes. You don't need a license to lead your life. You need courage. The Stoics were obsessed with one concept: control what you can, release what you can't. When you act as if you've already made it, it doesn't mean you force results. It means you master your inputs, your habits, your focus, your discipline. You can't control how fast the world rewards you, but you can control how often you show up prepared. You can control your morning routine, your response to setbacks, the values you won't compromise on. That's the power of acting from a place of internal success. You're not gambling on luck. You're building a fortress no one can shake. We all know someone who changes the energy just by walking in, not because of charisma, but because of inner coherence. Their mind, emotions, and actions are aligned. When you act as if, your energy becomes magnetic, not because you're pretending, but because you're stable. You're not looking around for how to act. You are the example. People naturally follow presence, so become the emotional anchor. Calm in chaos, certain in uncertainty, warm without performing. That's the kind of leadership that doesn't need a title. Every day, you are rehearsing for the life you say you want, whether you realize it or not. Look at your habits, not your vision board. Are they building a foundation for your future self, or are they silently keeping you stuck in place? The future version of you, the one who's thriving, isn't created overnight. They're built one morning at a time. One focused hour, one no to the wrong things, one yes to the right ones. Acting as if you've already made it isn't about pretending. It's about practicing the future, over and over again until it becomes your present. Words are spells, and most people curse themselves without knowing it. Every time you say, "I'm just trying," or "maybe one day," you dilute your power. The Stoics didn't speak to impress, they spoke to clarify, to simplify, to bring intention to every sentence. Try it. Replace "I hope" with "I'm preparing for." Replace "if I succeed" with "when I stay consistent." This isn't arrogance, it's alignment. Speak from the version of you that has already paid the price to get where they are. Your language will start pulling your life forward. Real confidence doesn't need to prove itself. It doesn't flex, interrupt, or inflate. In fact, it often goes unnoticed until everything starts moving around it. Acting as if you've made it doesn't mean puffing your chest. It means dropping the mask. It's walking into the room without competing. It's letting others shine without shrinking yourself. It's holding your boundaries without drama. Confidence, when rooted in virtue, is a gift to the room. It brings calm, clarity, and humility, because it's not about you. It's about the standard you represent. The world reflects you, always, not in a mystical, cosmic way, but in a deeply practical one. When you carry yourself like a beginner, people treat you like one. When you shrink your voice, they talk over you. But when you move from internal certainty, even quietly, things begin to shift. Opportunities appear. People listen more closely. Why? Because your energy tells them, "I am already what I'm becoming." This is not luck. It's the law of presence. You've changed, and so the world adjusts. The loudest narrative in your life isn't on social media. It's in your head. If that voice is filled with doubt, criticism, and self-pity, no amount of success will feel safe. But if that voice starts saying, "I know who I am, I know what I'm building," then even your losses become training grounds. The Stoics trained their inner voice every day. Marcus Aurelius didn't write his meditations for an audience. He wrote them to survive his own mind. So train your inner narrator. Make it wise, make it honest, make it brave, because that voice will shape every step you take. You won't always be seen, you won't always be understood. Sometimes you'll do the right thing and it'll look like failure. But acting as if you've made it means showing up anyway. Not because the world is watching, but because you are. Champions practice in empty gyms, masters write in silent rooms, philosophers like the Stoics lived in obscurity and still held their values like gold. Don't wait for the applause to justify the walk. The walk is the proof. Every step is evidence that you already are who you say you are. Acting as if you've already made it isn't pretending, it's becoming. You're not faking confidence, you're practicing it. You're not waiting on permission, you're living in alignment. The Stoics didn't teach wishful thinking, they taught radical self-responsibility. To become, you must embody. Not tomorrow, now. If this video gave you something to think about, go ahead and like it. It helps more than you know. Subscribe if you haven't already, and check out the next video waiting for you on the screen. It goes even deeper into this mindset. Until next time, and as always, stay stoic.